Hi, ma'am. Good morning. Welcome to MET Institute of Mass Media. We are honored to have you with us here today. Purnima Suryawanshi, ma'am, is a trainer at Google News Initiative India Network Training Program, which is a platform that supports the news industry in India, wherein we collaborate with various journalists to build the future of news media. She embarked upon this journey with Google in 2018 as a trainer of fact checking and online verification by being one of the 40 journalists selected by for Google News Initiative's very first batch in India. And apart from that, with more than 13 years of experience in journalism and news media, Purnima ma'am has also worked with Z News Media and other sister regional channels as a principal correspondent and an anchor for over 8 years before she moved to other digital news media platforms. She is also an editorial consultant for various news networks and has freelanced for a reputed digital news media platform that is firstpost.com. With her expertise in broadcasting journalism, writing for digital news media platforms, and now being a trainer at Google News Initiative, her journey has been truly inspiring. And I feel there is so much to learn from her. And today she is going to share her knowledge on how to identify fake news, its repercussions, curbing the widespread of misinformation, and more. So, a very warm welcome to you, ma'am.
Right. Thank you so much, Gauri, for that lovely introduction. I'm always happy to be at MET. This is my second training session that I'm conducting here, and it's always very exciting. I look forward to this session. I'm sure all you guys are also excited because this is not just a typical boring workshop that you just guys have to listen and take some notes. This is something that will get you excited because the tools are very interesting. Maybe after the training session you might also feel like you're sort of some kind of detective in the making because the tools are that exciting. So I suggest have your notepads and pens ready. You can ask me questions post the session. We're going to have some quiz time as well, and I welcome you all to this training session. So let me just start sharing my screen with you guys. All right. Before we begin, it's something worth pondering that, 15, 10, you're like 5, 10, 20 years ago, no one could have ever imagined, that there would come a day where we would need to hone our fact-checking skills and, identify fake news. Something that just doesn't pertain to journalists or journalism students or media professionals. This reminds me of a joke that was doing the round during COVID, when COVID hit. It says our ancestors fought war to save the world. Today we are saving the world by just staying at home and washing hands. Similarly, to guard the sanity of the fourth pillar of our democracy, to curb the menace of fake news, all we have to do is not forward, not share or retweet anything that's unverified. It's that simple. A basic media literacy is a must for every citizen today, especially to combat the ever increasing tide of fake news with which the entire world is grappling, where India ranks number 1 in fake news production in the world according to a recent survey. British writer Hilary Mantel puts it rightly. She says, it's the absence of facts that frightens people, the gap you open into which they pour in their fears, fantasies, and desires. Facts are as important as bare necessities today. Let me explain. So, here's a quick look at some bare necessities that have changed over the decades. Till the 80s, it was only roti, kapda, makan. Come 2000s, it became roti, kapda, makan, or internet. And since 2018, it's roti, kapda, makan, internet, or facts. Facts are that important. They are a part of our bare necessities today. Otherwise, we would fall into horrible ball game of misinformation and disinformation. All right. So I am delighted to have you all today to help you train become fact checkers, or you want to call it truth warriors or verification ninjas, as we call them here at Google. This is the agenda for the day. We are going to take a quick look at Introduction to Google News Initiative, understand some broad types of misinformation and disinformation with interesting viral case studies. We are going to spend some good time understanding tools to verify photos and videos, followed by tools and strategies to monitor social media. And we will conclude with interesting tools to verify information using geolocation. Like I said, we'll have Q&A session at the end, and you will need to fill in participants feedback form. Aditi, please make sure all the participants fill in this form, because at the back end, we will have a count and also the names of the verification ninjas that are trained at MET. All right, so I'll be giving
Sure.
you the link to the forms as well. All right.
Sure, definitely.
Okay, thank you. All right, so here we go. So Google News Initiative, as Gauri also introduced, it's an network training and initiative by data leads to support journalists, fact checkers, and media educators across India in their fight against misinformation. So you can see on your screen, we do trainings in newsrooms and colleges as well. We also do trainings at press clubs, and it gives me great joy actually to tell you that since 2018 July, Google News Initiative India Network has successfully trained 30,000 plus journalists, media educators, fact checkers, and journalism students all over the world. Actually, Google News Initiative in different parts of the world, in different countries, this fight against fake news is on war footing level, and this is the status right now. What's happening in India when it comes to what Google is doing with fact checking and fake news issue that we are facing. And it is exciting to know that today MET Institute is joining us in this crusade against misinformation. So thank you very much for giving time in understanding this problem and how we can combat it. All right. So it can be agreed that the term fake news itself is unhelpful. The reason we are struggling with a replacement is because this is about more than news. It's about the entire information ecosystem. And the term fake is not enough to describe the complexity of different types of misinformation. Now, by misinformation, I mean the inadvertent sharing of false news. That is, somebody shares a false news unknowingly. And then there is disinformation. That is the deliberate creation and sharing of information known to be false. So, in order to become the digital sleuth exposing fake news, why don't we start by understanding the different types of fake content that has been prevalent for a while now? Now, by examining the case studies here in these categories of fake news stories, it helps you understand how to successfully and ethically respond to false information. So, in the broader category, we have satire or parody, you want to call it. Then we have fabricated or imposter content. And then we have manipulated or false content. And then there is propaganda, which has been age-old problem of fake news, no matter which decade or which century. And since pandemic hit, scientific denialism is another potential self-explanatory type of fake news, defined as the act of producing false or misleading facts to unconsciously support strong pre-existing beliefs. All right. Here we have content that typically makes fun of news stories and uses humor to engage with their audience can be classified as news satire. Often, the overall intent of spreading this type of information is to provide entertainment by suggesting humorous critiques of political or pop cultural events. So, basically, where there is no intention to harm but has a potential to fool is called satire or parody. All right. Okay. So here are some, a Facebook post shared by people expressing their anger over Shah Rukh Khan's daughter Suhana Khan's quote. Okay, now these are viral case studies. Right now, he's grappling with Aryan Khan. This is a case study that was doing rounds 2-3 years ago. So we have Suhana Khan's quote, apparently from the magazine Vogue, where recounting her Vogue shoot, she says, it was a tough day for her. Jaguar broke down. She had to travel to the studio in an Audi. Not to mention, the studio was on the first floor and the building did not have an elevator. So she had to walk up the stairs. Now, what this news piece did is made social media huff and puff once again, revive the debate on nepotism in Bollywood. But when we looked up for the source of this news, it was carried by a parody website with the name Faking News. And despite the name of the website being Faking News, several users on social media believed the news and shared the post with sarcastic comments. Furthermore, Faking News, or for that matter, any website, has something called an about section, which did spell out that it is a satire website and it is not meant to be taken seriously. It is just made to poke humor. Though today, faking news is no more operational, but there are many other websites intended for satire and parody, not just in our country but abroad, all over the world. And it is a good practice to check a website's about section if needed. All right. Next, we have now this type of information. It has no factual basis, absolutely no factual basis. However, the stories are presented or published in a style of news articles to create legitimacy. All right. And often these are believed to be trustworthy source because partisan organizations often present information with some neutrality. Now, what does that mean? We're going to see in this case study. All right. So here on your screen, you can see in June of 2021 and June of 2020 as well, according to the post shared by a Facebook user on your screen, you can see what appears to be a screen grab of a news bulletin by Z News, which says Home Ministry has given signals that there is a possibility of another lockdown being imposed after June 15. The screenshot also says that air and train travel will once again stop. Now, we found some people sharing the screenshot on Facebook. However, this screenshot was found to be morphed, and the news channel hadn't actually shown such news. So, while satire and parody play on humorous attacks, this next level of fake news, that is that's the fabricated content, requires a different response due to its lack of facticity and intent to deceive. All right. Now, note this one. It's very interesting to see while fabrication is 100% false, manipulated content actually has some truth to it. Despite there being some truth, using an adaptation of imagery to sensationalize a story still misleads people by developing a false connection, or you can call it false content too. Now you can see on your screen a social media post, a typical social media post now shared by a verified user. Now keep that in mind. It's been shared by a verified user. And the claim here is 29-year-old man from Lucknow failed the UPSC exams due to reservation system in India. This post went viral on social media. Similar post with hashtag ban caste reservation went viral on Twitter as well, and again sparked off the debate of banned reservation system in India. Now, as like I said, a verified Facebook user also shared this post. We found the claim actually was false, and the person in the photo, though looks like Indian, is not an Indian but a Bangladeshi social media influencer named Saeed Rimon. Now, as told by Rimon, the photo was clicked as a part of an unemployment campaign there in Bangladesh. So, as you can see, manipulation via false connection here, when news stories are made using real images or videos to create a false narrative. All right. Now, scholars define this kind of disinformation as news stories which are created by, most often than not, by political entity and businessmen to influence perceptions. All right. Now, what's the case example here? You have in April of 2020, a video of some people licking utensils went viral with the claim that shows them trying to spread coronavirus. I'm sure many of you all would have seen this video previously because this went viral exactly when a pandemic was catching up and there was fear everywhere. Now this message with the video reads, 14 China Muslims hidden at a Bihari mosque had been taken for COVID test by Bihar police. As you can see, various people on Facebook shared the same video. All right, you can see on your screen. We have CB Hulyar, we have Rohidas Ambile, we have Shankar Rao, everyone sharing the same post with the same content. Like there's no different thought to it. Everyone has just copied the content of certain post that brought this news forward and they've just blindly shared it. So when fact checked with the keywords Muslims licking plates, we came across the same video on Vimeo. Now, Vimeo is a video platform just like YouTube. We found that the video was already there on the internet, uploaded on 31st July 2018. That's when the video first made its debut on social media platform. According to the description of the video, the people seen there are Dawoodi Bohras who are licking the utensils in their attempt to follow their belief of zero wastage of food. Now you can see here the fact that propaganda often has some plausible truth to it, like people are licking utensils. But however, the information is paired with strong bias. Like this was resurfaced during when COVID was there. So, but the video was uploaded on 31st July 2018, where when we were not even aware that something like that would happen in 2020. Now, this is deliberately done. It's intended to persuade those who read or to see that the presented information that's made to believe. All right. Now, online health misinformation. Now, this is a big problem that we are grappling with. Is a widespread problem related to false or misleading information about various long-standing health concerns or related to the day-to-day life, so-called easy and effective home remedies, and also the emergent situations like COVID-19 pandemic. Here on your screen, you can see a few examples, which I'm sure many of you have received on your social media or as a WhatsApp forward. The problem of health misinformation has amplified in 2020 due to COVID-19 pandemic. We are living in an era of infodemic. It's not just epidemic, pandemic, it's also infodemic, a term rightly put forward by World Health Organization Director Tedros Adhanom. Infodemic is information and pandemic. This is a term he coined, which is so apt. All right. So next, we're going to have Kahoot Quiz. Here's the first question. Elephant Mountain in Shinyi District, Taipei. What do you think about this? You've got this on your social media. You're tempted to share. What do you think? What do you think when you look at it? You're confused. You don't know. Yes, it is actually an elephant there. You don't think so. That's there. That's right. 8 people have got it right. Actually, it is a CGI creation. It doesn't exist. It is not there into existence. All right. Brilliant attempt. 8 people have got it right. We have Kezaya leading, followed by Annette, and we have SJ on the third place. Brilliant, guys. Second question. Is this Mumbai's Bandra Worli ceiling during Cyclone Taukte in May of 2021? What do you think? Come on, Mumbaikars, I'm sure you all will get it right. True or false? I want majority of you all to get it right this time. It's just a hop, skip, and jump distance from your school, college. All right, 22 people have got it right. That's false. That's absolutely not Bandra Worli ceiling. All right. We have Gauri come on the fourth place, followed by Sachit. Now, is this an image of a crowd trying to fill water from a tanker in Delhi during the pandemic? What do you think? Yes, this happens in Delhi. You think the picture is from Delhi, but wrong context. You have no idea about it. Or you just think, no, it's not true. Okay, 8 people have got it right. This was a tricky one. It's the picture is from Delhi, but wrong context. The picture had first entered social media on the internet in 2008. All right, but it was resurfaced with a wrong context. Okay, next question. Did a woman in Myanmar turn from a real person into a dog? What do you think? It's shocking? Or you think weird things happen? Again, actually, a sculpture created by an Italian artist. So it's not photoshopped, it's not something weird, but it's actually created by an artist. And it is actually not a woman turning into a dog. All right, we have Omi or Om come in on the second place, and Kezaya leads. All right. Is it a redeveloped Ayodhya railway station? What do you think? Brilliant. Again, 22 people. Most of you all have got it right. This is not Ayodhya railway station, but a proposed Delhi railway station. All right. Great going, guys. You guys are superb. Sixth question. Queen Elizabeth II on the billboard called PM Modi good boy, thanking him for sending COVID-19 vaccinations or vaccines. You think, yes, that's right. Or you think correct image but misleading context. You think, no, this didn't happen. Or you just feel you don't know. 12 people have got it right. The answer is correct image but misleading context. She was on the billboard, but she was addressing the country on the day of Easter. All right. We have Avinash Gupta come on the scoreboard, followed by Kazaya. This is interesting. All right, next. Is this Rahul Gandhi's wife with whom he is secretly married and has two children? What do you think? Hey, you did not know that? Or you think it's a photoshopped image? You think it's a fabricated content? Or you just think he is married? Brilliant. 21 people have got it right. It is fabricated content. The truth to it is that she is just his friend, and the picture was clicked somewhere abroad when he was on some visit somewhere. All right. So he is not married. We have SJ coming on the third place, followed by Om and Pavan, and it's led by Avinash. All right. COVID-19 vaccine negatively affect blood. It's a medical misinformation, or you're just shocked. Is it true? All right, 12 people have got it right. It's a medical misinformation clearly because it's not verified by anyone. You cannot see any authenticity on this post that you all saw as an example. It actually depends on the oxygen level in your blood. It has nothing to do with COVID-19 vaccines. All right, we have the next question. Keziah is back. Actor Shah Rukh Khan thanked only his Muslim fans for turning him into a superstar. Now, this newspaper Jan Satta has carried this article. So, what do you think? You want to think about it? No, it doesn't. It's not from a verified account. Yes, it's possible. It's a Photoshop news article. All right, 14 people have got that right. It is purely a photoshopped article. How do you find that out? Because it looks so genuine. We're going to see that further as we go ahead. All right, this is the scoreboard. The second last question. Photo of PM Modi with photographer in the frame, shared by a verified user. What do you think? Yes, definitely yes, this is possible. You think it's a PR gimmick? It's a morphed image. Or is it true as it is shared by a verified user? That's cool. 15 people have got it right. It's a morphed image, clearly. So we are going to get into directly now into fact checking tools. Simply put, fact checking is a form of critical investigative inquiry. It includes a wide range of approaches and practices. We are going to understand some interesting tools that will help you fact check your online research, whether be it a video or an image or an article. These tools will help you tell the difference between fact and fiction. All right. So let's begin with photo verification. Photo verification is a basic of all. So once you understand photo verification, you can fact check anything, be it video or image. Photo verification is helpful to check whether an image has been used before on the internet or where on the internet. Also to find out if that image is from a suspicious news source that was stolen from somewhere else on the web, or it has been changed, or was the image from a past or a different event altogether. It's useful to find out with how many different narratives an image was used. Also note that no search tool is perfect or definitive. When it comes to tackling the fake news problem, there is no silver bullet. The modern information ecosystem is like, how do I put it? All right, it's like a Rubik cube. I'm sure all of you all have seen a Rubik's cube. So a different move is required to solve each individual square, and success requires getting all sides in place. Well, as much as complicated it sounds, it's not that complicated. I just gave a random example of Rubik's cube. Lastly, good observational skills is also a must. All right. As you know, it is now easier than ever before to replicate and upload duplicate images and videos online. Luckily, there are various reverse search image tools that can help you show, if the content you are checking is original. Now, reverse image search is a search engine technology that makes it possible for a user to input an image file as a search query and in return get results that are related to that image. Basically, image search is when a user is able to find images related to the search term that they have typed. Now, you can do this fairly easily on desktop using the Google reverse image search option. All you have to do is go to images.google.com. As you can see on your screen, when you enter the Google images, all you got to do is click the camera icon that is appearing in the search bar, then paste the URL of an image that you have seen somewhere online, or you can manually upload an image from your computer that you have saved, or you can also drag an image from another window. Whichever option you choose after entering the URL or uploading the image, you simply click search to display the results. All right, let's look at some case study. All right, so here on your screen, this is an example that came in the Kahoot quiz as well. You can see Twitter user has shared a photo caption Elephant Mountain in Xinyi district, Taipei in Taiwan. Now assume you have received the image on your WhatsApp or you see it on your social media platform. What do you do next? Obviously, you want to share it immediately because the image looks amusing. But hey, hold on. Let's look it up. Let's first try verifying the authenticity of this image by checking it with Google, which says this is a mountain that's there in Taiwan or Taipei. All right, so how do you do that? What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Google image search. All right, here I have an icon of the camera. I'm going to click it. I have the image saved on my desktop. I'm going to upload the image and let's see what Google has for me. All right, so this image is already, as you can see on your screen, being fact checked by various news organizations. All right, that will tell you that this is nothing but a CGI creation and there is no truth to it. So fact checking organization in India are totally into busting misinformation and disinformation every hour of the day. I'm sure you know about Boom Live. We have Alt News, which are independent fact checking organization which are doing this job since 2018, and usually whenever you enter any search query regarding fact checking or verification, you will have that article or that photo being verified and busted already by these organizations. So fact checking has become much easier compared to how it was 4 years back. All right, so this is how you do a simple Google image search. You have the camera icon, you click it, you either paste or upload and hit the search. All right, coming back to another case study. All right, um, like I said, fact checking organizations have are taken charge. Most of the videos, images, misinformation, misinformative news article are already fact checked, which makes our task to fact check, if they make it easy. All you got to do is follow some brilliant independent fact checking websites. All right, so on your screen now, another case study. On June 10 of this year, this photo went viral with the caption in Marathi claiming it shows Anna Hazare with PM Modi at an RSS camp. Now, interestingly, this article or this photo came on the day when Hazare said that he would go on a hunger strike if his demands concerning farmers are not met by the union government. Now, this photo was widely shared on multiple social media platforms. What we did is we first uploaded the image on Google Image Search. Once we click search, you will see your uploaded photo on the top right of the page along with some suggested keywords. So in this case study, a reverse image search on the photo showed results from various news websites which identified the man as not Hazare but late RSS leader Lakshman Rao Inamdar, who was widely considered Modi's mentor during his Sangh days. All right. So the fact about the photo is that it appeared in 2014 story published by a magazine wing of India Today in a story titled "The Man Behind Modi, Lakshman Rao Inamdar." All right. Interestingly, fact checkers noticed that this photo does not provide a credit or courtesy in that magazine. On further probe of the same photo, it was found that this photo is carried on the Narendra Modi app, which confirms our earlier search results, which says the person is not Anna Hazare but PM Modi's mentor. All right, the Narendra Modi app would not carry a false information, right? So this corroborates our Google search results, which says that this person is not Anna Hazare. All right, another quick example. On June 7, 2021, a presumably old photo of Congress President Sonia Gandhi was being shared with the claim that the man seen with her in this photo is her Italian businessman and Beaufort's accused, person, Ottovia Quattrucchi, her friend in this image. You may have noticed that the lingo associated with fake news is usually intimidating. As you can see on this post, a typical WhatsApp forward, the lingo is usually intimidating and has crass tone to it. All right. So, using this photo, many users were seen making distasteful comments that Congress leader Rahul Gandhi resembles the man in the photo. Hence, Quattrucchi must be his father and not former PM Rajiv Gandhi. A simple Google reverse image search led us to articles by Quint and other websites where the image has been credited to PTI, that's Press Trust of India, where the caption reads Sonia Gandhi, Congress president, with her son Rahul at a raising day function of social protection group. Now, the photograph was shot on April 8, 1996. Also, now on your screen is a picture of Quattrucchi as well, and it is apparent that there's no resemblance between him and Rahul Gandhi. Okay, so the photo was taken in 1996. The person is actually Rahul Gandhi and not Quattrucchi. All right, but you can see the language was so crude and so crass that it's a it's a giveaway, it's a hint, it's a clue that this image or this WhatsApp forward could be misleading. Now, let's have a quick look at an example from Bollywood now. So, in the month of May 2021, a screenshot of a tweet thread surfaced on social media claiming that Bollywood actor Sonu Sood, who had recently promised Hamas, a terrorist group apparently, that he would deliver 5 Rafale jets to fight against the Israeli forces. Now, this comes into, it's viral when Sonu Sood is already being hailed as a savior of the migrants or a person or the savior of people who were in dire needs during pandemic. All right, this surfaces that time. Now, this tweet thread shows tweets purportedly made by Bollywood actors Swara Bhaskar and Sonu Sood. You can see, on your screen. This tweet became viral in the wake of the then ongoing violent conflict between Israel and Palestine, right? And was being widely shared on social media. Now, searching for official handles of the Hamas militant group on Twitter, it was found that obviously Hamas militant group has no official Twitter handle. When searched for other tweets displayed in the screenshot, it is found that the Bollywood actors Sonu Sood and Swara Bhaskar had not made such tweets on their official Twitter handle. Now, to the right of the image, you can see their official handles, and to the left, you can see the fake ones. both are different, and you know which one is authentic, the one that is verified. And you can see, if you visit their Twitter handles, you will find that no such tweets were discussed or shared. Now, another easier way to fact check is also by conducting a simple keyword search or search by using the headline of the post or message. Here you can see we have typed in exactly the content that we received in the forward. For example, Sonu Sood promised to deliver 5 Rafale jets to Hamas militant group. All right. Obviously, what we found is not much information. Google also said it looks like there aren't many great matches for your search. Now, if this news was actually truth, you would have seen the primetime anchors howl and talk about it, or flare up the issue. But actually, even internet has no information about it, which means this was later found out to be a digitally created one tweet thread. There was no such conversation on Twitter at all right. Now, a case study of a typical medical misinformation, right? You can see on your WhatsApp, on WhatsApp, you usually get such information, especially during this pandemic. Now, this viral WhatsApp forward has been resurfaced since pandemic hit with the claim that COVID experts at Mumbai's Nanavati hospital have informed the following 4 treatments. If given to corona positive patients, it works wonders. Now, you can see the WhatsApp forward talks about those remedies. Now, a trick question, very trick question. What do you do when you receive a text based WhatsApp forward that has medical or scientific claims? What do you do? Well, you first thing you do is you call your physician. It's not a rocket science. You just call your physician and ask, doctor, is it true? Should I go for it? Otherwise, what you do is select some prominent keywords from the message. For example, I will select COVID-19 remedies, Nanavati Hospital, or you can say WhatsApp forward fact check. I have created keywords using the information in the message that I've received. What I do next is run a Google search, and you will find somebody has already fact checked it, or the research will lead you to the credible source. And in this case, the credible source here, it led us to the Twitter handle of Nanavati Hospital, where they have said that as much as these home remedies are helpful, it does not guarantee that it will treat COVID. All right, simple. We are moving on now to the next reverse image search tool, that is Yandex. Now, a Google reverse image search, I'm sorry, tin eye. So like a Google reverse image search, there's tin eye. Tin eye's original sole purpose was finding other sizes of the same image. For many years it provided just that, but looks like they have powered up, they're matching all algorithms since last year. And so tin eye is also a brilliant reverse image search tool. Tin eye focuses only on finding other uses of the image, which usually makes it a winner when dealing with profile pictures or logos. It is also suggested at times you run profile images or DPs through reverse image search to see if they've been lifted from the internet. All right. So if you're interested in finding how long an image has been on internet, or in seeing archival results for that are no longer live, tin eye will help you. So we are not going to discuss the case study here. I'll leave this for you to explore later. We're going to move ahead to Yandex. Now, Yandex is a Russian search engine. There have been instances, why Yandex, you might ask. The reason is there have been instances where Google reverse image search feature that just fails, it disappoints or generates a very generic results. So even if we are talking on behalf of Google News Initiative, we don't recommend that you rely only on Google, because this is a sensitive matter we are dealing with. We are talking about fact checking. So the alternative to Google reverse image search is TinEye, and then you have Yandex. All right. Yandex, what it does, it instantly finds the result of the same image. It provides additional sizes of the same image. Yandex also offers, now this is what makes Yandex different from Google reverse image search. Yandex offers option to crop the image before running the search, which is a very good feature that the Yandex has. And this, is not available on other search engines. Let's look at a quick case study, um, that Yandex has helped us to solve. I want you to pay attention to the details of this case study, of the images that we are seeing. It's a very interesting case study. So on February 24, 2021, Sardar Patel Stadium in Ahmedabad, Gujarat, as you all know, was renamed as Narendra Modi Stadium. Now, following this, a picture of a statue of Prime Minister Narendra Modi installed at a roundabout in Gujarat had gone viral on Facebook and Twitter. You can see that on the screen. So the image had Modi statue seated under the kettle, and also a board. You can see a board here that says it's Narendra Modi Chowk. Now keep these three elements in mind, all right, as we are going to analyze it. What are the three elements? We have the kettle, we have the statue, and we have the board, okay? So a user shared this picture on Facebook group, which raked up 625 shares in no time, okay? Now let's talk about the kettle. Now look at this, interestingly, when fact checked with a reverse image search of the viral photo using Yandex, it led us to the photo of a fountain on a website called pakistanpoint.com. We could not find a similar image anywhere else but on this portal called pakistanpoint.com. It was later found that in place of a Modi statue, a sculpture of a kettle and a teacup was seen with the caption stating, "This is Station Chowk in Pakistan's Faisalabad." All right. So we have solved the mystery of the kettle. The kettle actually has a teacup, not the statue of Prime Minister Modi, and the kettle and the teacup roundabout, the statue or the place is not in India but in Pakistan. Next, coming to the statue, fact checkers wanted more evidence to corroborate this research, which says that it is in Faisalabad, Pakistan. So, keyword search with the term Narendra Modi wax statue was randomly done, and what the search result gave us was a picture identical to the statue seen in the viral image, which is actually made of marble and is available for sale on the e-commerce website India Mart. All right. Now, again, the mystery of the statue is solved. The statue is actually available for sale on India Mart. Now, the board. Now, the board behind the fountain that reads Narendra Modi Chowk was looked up, and this led to one NDTV story about an incident in Bihar's Darbhanga, where a BJP worker's father was allegedly killed facing opposition for renaming a town square to Narendra Modi Chowk. So you can see the board reads Narendra Modi Chowk, Babu Bhadwa, Darbhanga. All right. So it's in Darbhanga. The chalk or this board saying it's Narendra Modi Chowk actually exists, but it's not in Gujarat. It's in Darbhanga, Bihar. Okay. So the roundabout and the kettle is somewhere in Pakistan. The statue is on India Mart for sale, and the board which says Narendra Modi Chowk is in Darbhanga city, in Bihar. Interesting, right? All these different elements were put together to create a viral photo. Now, finally, here it is. When compared with the original picture and the viral photo, it confirms that the statue of Narendra Modi, the board with Narendra Modi Chowk in the background, and the Narendra Modi Chowk text below the statue has been morphed into an original photograph. You can see the original photo here. You can see the fake photo there. All right. So this is how, finally Yandex and your other observational skills and your basic keyword search will help you bust an image which you think could be fake. All right. So this is how Yandex works. Now, quick tip, like I said, it's important to crop image before searching it whenever required. All right. So here's a case study. This is an image that keeps resurfacing time and again. It shows Sonia Gandhi sitting on the laps of a man. For what we did for better search results, we cropped the image, all right? And when we ran it through reverse image search, we found this is the original picture, which shows Sonia Gandhi decently seated on a chair in conversation with the man being president of Maldives. Next, try to use time filter on Google reverse image search to get desired results. I don't know how many of you all have tried a time filter, but it is very important. For example, you have got a news piece. Now let's go for the case study only. Now this is a case study. As you know, whenever there's an atmosphere building up to elections, there are also the anti-social elements creating an atmosphere of communal disharmony. There is a surge in misinformation and fake news as well. Here is a classic case study which usually resurfaces on such occasion with different misleading narratives. Now, the claim here in this image is that a vandalized Ambedkar statue was being shared widely, claiming that BJP MLA Karni Singh is responsible for this incident. All right. This Facebook post, was shared on April 6, 2019. Now remember this date, April 6, 2019, just before the Lok Sabha elections. All right. So now the obvious question one would ask, or one would think to themselves, is if this image has been in circulation prior to the date that this news flashed on your social media or on your WhatsApp. That is, so for example, it has come on your screen or on a social media stream on April 6th, and you want to know the logical reasoning or the common sense you might use to look up and see whether this image has been in circulation prior to this date. All right, let's actually do it. Let me show you how it is done. All right, so again, I'm going to go to Google image search. I'm going to upload the image. All right, let me just take a screenshot of this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a screenshot, all right? I'm going to crop the image. This is how I'm going to crop the image. And I'm going to upload it, all right? All right, so here you go. I have uploaded the image. Google tells me it's Ambedkar statue destroyed. Now, what I want to do is find out whether the image has been in circulation prior to 6 April 2019. Here I go to tools, all right? I click tools and you can see I've got a drop down list. It says search image by time. I'm going to go to time and I'm going to customize the range. What does that mean? So from 6 April 2021, all right, I'm going to search it. Uh, I'm sorry, 2019. Now I'm just going to give a random date prior to the origin, say 2015. Okay, now I have defined my custom range that between 6 April 2019 and 6 April 2015 was this image into circulation. And I hit a go. And you can see as you read through, the photo has been there on March 2018, again 2018. All right. You have 2019 again, that has been fact checked. And you have 2018. And surprisingly, there are not many results. So what does that mean? First, that this photo has already been on internet prior to 6th April 2019, wherein it says that the incident has just taken place and the claim is that the statue has been destroyed. Whereas the second truth to it is that it is a fake image because this photo has already been in circulation in 2018, I'm sorry, where the incident actually took place. But with a different context or a false narrative, it resurfaced in 2019. Usually, this is what has been observed when it comes to fact checking, that articles all usually resurface. They are not new. They are usually created, to suit different circumstance and situation that is happening. And so it's very important to use time filter as and when required. All right. Now, moving forward, now here's something that will help you do reverse image search very, very, very easily. We have Revi reverse image search, which is actually an extension that allows to perform an image verification. It lets you choose between image search engines like Yandex, Google, Tenai, and even Bing. Bing also has a reverse image search option. I leave Bing and Microsoft, Bing from Microsoft, and even Baidu, which is a Chinese reverse image search, for you all to explore. I've given you all the basics of them all. You can go ahead and explore others. So once you add a Revi extension to your browser, all you got to do is right click on any picture, and it gives you option to do the reverse image search. So not necessary every time you have to save the image and go to Google image search or go to Yandex and upload the image. What Revi does is it's a shortcut. It will help you do the reverse image search faster. All right. So in conclusion of photo verification, here's a quick formula. Reverse image search plus smart keywords make a powerful verification tool. Universally, all fact checkers all around the world, fact checking hangs on this formula. All right. And this has been used daily, day in, day out. I'm sure as we are doing the training, some or the other fact checker is working on some fake news using this formula. All right. Let me also quickly tell you about keywords, why it's necessary to form good keywords. Let's understand how to use keywords strategically. So a search is only as good as your keywords. What do I mean by that? Well, essentially, when we are doing research, when we are doing search queries online, we build them from keywords, right? And that's obvious, right? You have done that before when you go to Google and you have to type in some search query. But there are actual ways where you can strategically and very creatively using keywords, you all can do your search results. So we're going to talk about just some few tips and tricks here to remember when you're building your search queries. For example, so if I wanted to do a research of what people are saying about COVID-19 online, there are many different ways you could do that, right? So I have listed some basic keywords here, and let's just look at some of them. So we have coronavirus, obviously, but we also have misspellings of coronavirus, right? There's a lot of misspellings that happen online. So when we are doing especially researches on social media, we need to also think about, misspellings that are common. We need to capture information with misspellings and wrong spellings also, right? Now, if you do, for example, a Twitter search for COVID-19 without a dash, you're going to get a different set of results than the search results that you will do for COVID-19 with a dash, that is COVID-19. So we have to try different permutations and combinations. Then we have words about lockdown also. With lockdown also, there are different keywords with different spellings. All right. There's something called Boolean search. I don't know how many of you all are aware about it, and I'm sure many of you all have done it as well. But here's a refresher. What do I mean by Boolean search? Simply put, Boolean search is the most elementary form of search technique employed to search for information on internet search engines or database. For example, a Boolean search could be hotel and New York. This would limit the search result to only documents or articles containing the words hotel and New York as keywords. All right. So let's quickly explore this. So and or, we call these search operators. So what do these two things do? When we put them in a search string, all right, what happens? And what a and the and does, it limits your results. So for example, if I were to type in Google search bar vaccine and in capital letters, I type in and, you have always have to type capital letters and. injury, Google is going to spit back at me some results that include the words vaccine and the word injury. All right. The results have to include both these terms. On the other hand, we have or that expands your search results. So we can, if I were to type in Google Covishield or in capital Covaxin, Google is gonna say, okay, I'm going to give you back results that include either the word Covishield or Covaxin. All right. Then there's not not is also another search operator which eliminates the term and the items that contain the specified term. For example, searching on coronavirus, not dengue, returns items in results that are about coronavirus, but will specifically not return items that contain the word dengue. Okay, this is the way to fine tune your results. All right. So here are some quick tips. It is interesting to know that Boolean queries work on a lot of different search platforms. So they work on Google, then they definitely work on Twitter. But if you're using Facebook as a search engine, it might not work. The Boolean search might not work. All right. You can explore this on your own. All right. So what are we going to do next is uh, quickly, if you can fact check this image that I'm going to give you, either you can crop the image, run it into a reverse image search, or you can pick some keywords, or you can use the elements in the image to form your search results, and quickly tell me what do you think about this. So here's the image. Claim is people in Nigeria protesting to seek justice for Bollywood actor Sushant Singh Rajput. Now you have the claim, you have the image, you know how to do reverse image search. Please go ahead, and I want to see, talk to me guys, what is the result that you find? What do you think about this image? Is it true? Is it photoshopped? What do you think? Just quickly, just take 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes, and tell me what you think. All right, Gauri, I would like you to initiate this and encourage your batchmates to do it, and please talk to me what do you think about this. All right.
Yes, ma'am, sure. I have, ma'am, put it on Yandex.
Okay.
Just crop the image. Ma'am, it's showing it's a fake news. It was for a protest,
Yeah. And
protest
what's your
from
source? What are what's are you referring to any news article?
um yeah, Nigeria, four arrested in police brutality protests,
So they're
and
protesting for that and not for Sushant Singh
yeah,
Rajput, right? So what do you think?
yeah,
Is it photoshopped or
it is
what?
photoshopped.
Brilliant,
So,
brilliant. Thank you. Thank you, Gauri. So you guys have really picked it. You guys are really fast learners, and I'm so proud of you, right? So moving on to round up photo verification as we head towards video verification, here's a quick something to ponder on. इंडियन फेक फोटोज वीडियोस बी लाइक जरूर शेयर कीजिए या जरूर रीट्वीट कीजिए. अगर आप सच्चे भारतीय है तो जरूर फॉरवर्ड कीजिए. अगर पोस्ट के एंड में ऐसा कुछ लिखा हो तो ये पक्का है कि फोटो या वीडियो में कुछ तो गड़बड़ हो सकती है. All right. So posts and forwards that are intimidating, they instill hatred or question your nationality must be scrapped then and there, and this awareness must spread to the community. All right. Now here's something for you guys to do. You guys are verification ninjas in the making. All right. Let the world know. I would love for you to go and give a shout out on Google News Initiative Twitter handle. Tell them what you're learning today, anything that you're going to take forward, for example photo verification or further ahead video verification or any of the session that you like. What are your learnings? if you could tell on Twitter, tag Google News Initiative, that is at the rate Google News NIIT. There are some examples of hashtags that are very popular when it comes to fact checking. You could use those hashtags as well. And in case you want to tag me or tell something to the world about this session, please go ahead. My Twitter handle is at the rate @ipurni. I'll be looking forward to your tweets because it's very encouraging at Google News Initiative that keeps a track of all those people who are joining this brigade of fact checkers in India. All right. This session is going to be on video verification, and we're going to spend some time understanding few interesting tools to fact check videos and images as well. Actually, it works for both. So a video verification hangs on the same formula of reverse image search and smart keywords combination. The challenge here is to get keyframes to run the search, right? So basically, you will need a screenshot or a keyframe, whatever you would like to call it, and then you use the reverse image search tool, just like we discussed in photo verification. Now let's look at some interesting tools that will help you narrow your search results when it comes to videos. All right, the first one. The first tool here is YouTube Data Viewer. It is a web-based application, video verification application. You know, it is offered by Citizens Evidence Lab, created by Amnesty International. What users can do is input a YouTube URL, and the tool outputs information about the video that is helpful in verifying a video. You go to your browser, okay, and type YouTube Data Viewer, and that's that. All right, it's very easy. Now what does YouTube Data Viewer do? It extracts from the video the data from the video that is hosted on YouTube. It also tells you the upload time, okay. And then what it does is, what we need is the thumbnails. It will help you find different versions of the video through a reverse image search. The only disadvantage here, it works only on videos that are hosted on YouTube, that are there only on YouTube. Now let's look at a case study. Now this is a classic. It's a popular case study that was doing the round when fake people were not much aware about the problem of fake news in India. All right, this video came in during that time. Now this is the video of child kidnapping. It was one of the, like I said, few videos that made way to spread of fake news on social media here in India. Between March and June of 2018, this video was widely circulated in India as child kidnapping in broad daylight. And there were instances of mob lynching, and due to this video, mob lynching took place in Hyderabad and some other parts as well, as the crowd was on the lookout for such kidnappers. Now let's look at this video, all right? I'm going to play the video for you again. You can see two bikers are just moving around, hanging around children who are playing. They come again and they take the girl and go away. That's it. This was the video that was very viral in India in 2018. And it looks like a CCTV grab. And that's why there was fear, there was panic that, kidnapping is happening in India in broad daylight. All right. What do? We take the URL of this YouTube video and we paste it. So you can see I have pasted the URL on YouTube Data Viewer. When I hit go, it breaks the video into keyframes with ready options you can see on your screen to run reverse image search. All right, here it is. It gives you an option to do reverse image search already. And when you do reverse image search, Google will give you the latest information related to the video that has already been fact checked by some fact checkers. All right. So what's the truth behind this video? This video actually is an edited version of a longer, it's a longer version, and this is the edited version that you all saw. Someone conveniently, cunningly edited the video and made it viral with the context that child kidnapping is happening in broad daylight in India. Whereas, as you can see on your screen, it has been fact checked, and the video is from Karachi and it's not from India. Actually, the video was created as a part of an ad campaign, actually, by some ad gurus in Karachi to highlight the issue of child kidnapping there. But when the video reached India, people who run the fake news agencies or factories, they edited it and gave it a wrong context. Okay, so we're going to watch the original video now. So we saw the video till here, but then this is the longer version. It takes only a moment to kidnap a child from the streets of Karachi. This was their message in the ad, but in India, it was given a wrong context. Fact checkers actually got in touch with the people who made this ad, and they confirmed that this was made in Karachi. All right. After YouTube data viewer, we have something called Invid. Now, Invid is it's like a Swiss knife. It has multiple options that help you fact check very conveniently. This tool works to combat disinformation by verifying and authenticating video content. Like I said, it's built as a Swiss Army knife for verification, containing several tools under one umbrella, including keyframe extractor from the video, or metadata extractor for photos and videos, a reverse image search on the keyframe, a magnifying tool for photographs, and a neat interface for Twitter advanced search. All right. Why we're talking about Twitter? As you know, Twitter is voted as one of the popular two social media platforms where fake news is very prevalent. All right. So on your screen, image one, you can see it is recommended to add Invid verification web browser plugin to your Chrome or Firefox, whichever browser you're using. Image two shows how the plugin launcher looks like on the toolbar of your browser. And image three, when you hit the Invid, it opens with options to paste either a video or image URL, and also an option to upload it for your system from your system. All right, let me show you how it looks like in this case study. All right, here is a case study. On your screen you can see a Twitter post. um, it is actually a video clip. It shows a man mixing liquid, presumably water, inside milk cans and dipping his arm to stir the content, also putting his mouth or face inside the can. Allegedly, this is shot in some part of India. Now, the screenshot of the post or the video that you're seeing, the truck or the people or the background, like it looks like it's somewhere under some flyover. It looks like very much could be from India. All right. The clip was circulated on social media ecosystem. The caption attached to the photo urges people to not buy food and drinks from a particular or a certain community and boycott the community. Let's have a look at this video, all right? You can see the mixing is happening in broad daylight. It looks like that's a milk can the person is mixing. And you can see the quality of the video is not that good, all right? So throughout this 1 minute video, you can see the person is doing that, all right? So what do you do next? You open Invid, all right? Um, it will require to open the launcher and then paste the URL. As you can see, I've already done that to save time. InVid will break the video into different keyframes and perform a reverse image search. All right. So here on your left, you can see InVid gives you option to analyze the video, break into keyframes to search for reference on YouTube and on Twitter, and a magnifier also. I'll tell you further how magnifier works. So in the analysis, it is telling us, the content or the original. It's found on Twitter. How many likes are there? How many retweets are there? The hashtags used, and so on and so forth. It will analyze the video. Then we get what we are interested in is keyframes, and the keyframes, it will help give you options to break to search it on Google, Yandex, and TinEye as well. On running the reverse image search, here's what happens as an interesting tweet. One of the keyframes led the fact checkers to a Facebook post on Pakistani group named the Voice of Pakistan News. All right. We landed on the same video available on the Pakistani Facebook group and found that the original video has a higher resolution. Now, several other Pakistani users posted the video with the same caption in Urdu. A keyword search on Facebook also led us to a post by Power Plus News Multan, Pakistan, which said that the incident actually is from Lahore Main Road. So, just to confirm, right, or to corroborate these search results, whether the video is from Pakistan, here's a catch. What if, just what if, we want to further find evidence to corroborate the information, or to just double cross check the information that we've got, which says the video is from Pakistan, not from India? Not to worry, we have InVid's magnifier option. Now, what does magnifier do? All right, so here you can see on your screen already there's a better quality of the video that was found on the Pakistani Facebook group. So now, using magnifier, a closer look at the screen grab that carries the name and the logo of the cargo loader or the truck, mini truck in the video. It shows the name of the brand, that is the name of the brand of the cargo vehicle. It says Siwa, Siwa, which is actually a Pakistani local auto manufacturing company. And voila, we have successfully debunked the case study. All right, here you can see, using magnifier, there is the brand name. You might not see it very clearly here because fact checking is done on big screens, the quality output is better. This is how you can double cross check using different filters that InVid offers. All right, now quickly I'm going to play this video. I'm sure many of you all have received this video on your WhatsApp or social media. In case you all haven't, just have a look. This video surfaces every year as an airport from that city which has been receiving maximum or heavy rainfall. Like if Hyderabad is flooded, this video resurfaces as Hyderabad airport flooded in Mumbai. And every year in monsoon, this video resurfaces. It's popular and viral on Twitter, which says this is Mumbai airport flooded. Now, I want all of you, not just Gauri, all of you all to see the video and tell me if you can see any clues or any hints in this video that might tell you all that this is not a video from Mumbai or Hyderabad or from India or from abroad. Are there any elements that you can observe? And looking at the elements, you can look up on Google and search for some relevant information. All right, this is a case study that we are going to fact check together. Okay. You can see this is the airport tarmac. It's flooded. There's an aircraft there. Yeah, I'll play the video again for you guys. There are aircrafts which could have the name of the airline, or even the logos that can tell us the name of the airlines. What else if you can see or spot in this? All right. Anybody would like to try? Yes. Anybody? I'm sure you guys are getting what I'm talking. I'm talking simple, plain English. Anyone? Did anyone see anything in the video
Ma'am, I was.
that might, that has, yeah?
I also thought that we could check
So,
the logos on the aircraft. That is how I had also
right,
planned to check. But then the other clues, I don't find any more
all
clues.
right. How many of y'all noticed a building that's highlighted with multicolor that might look like a flag or a tricolor? Not just Indian tricolor, there are other countries also which have three different colors. In case you all haven't, it actually has a tricolor there. We might. I'll just show you guys there. Here it is. If you have observed this and if you look up for this color combination, you will get to know the the which country. It's a flag actually of the country from where the video was taken. All right. Okay, so basically, it's from Mexico, right? This video was taken. This is actually Mexican airport, and when you look up for the logos, like Annette brilliantly, she observed and she pointed out that she would look up for the logos using the magnifier option on in InVid that's available. That will tell you the names of the brand of the sorry the airliner names that are there in the video, which are local Mexican airlines, which means they don't fly outside Mexico. So this is how you can doubly cross check and confirm that this video is from Mexico. Firstly, you just upload the video, or you use reverse image search, or you simply type Mexican airport or Mexican flag color. Then you can see whether it matches with the highlighted building, or like Annette said, look up for the logos. The logos will tell you the name of the airline, and the airline, if it's domestic, which is obviously it doesn't fly outside Mexico. All these options will tell you that it is a Mexican airport and not Mumbai airport. All right. Okay, let's go move ahead. We have a case study that is from the pandemic time. This video shows truck carrying dead bodies allegedly of COVID-19 victims, urging people to stay at home. Let's have a look at this video. Now, again, I want you to watch and please talk to me about it. Tell me if you think this video could actually be of victims of COVID-19. Now, this video is from Iran. People are saying this is what happens. आज भी अगर आपको अपनी जान प्यारी है तो घर में रहिए. This is what is happening in Iran. People are dying because of COVID, and this is how their bodies are being taken. All right, so we're going to have a look at this video, and please, guys, talk to me. I would love the boys to participate as well. Do you think these are COVID-19 victims who have died because of the virus? Back to back, the dead bodies are loaded on these trucks and have been carried for cremation. The base of the post is that these are truck carrying COVID-19 victim dead bodies in Iran. The video was viral in March 2020 when pandemic hit the entire world.
Uh, s- Hi, ma'am. This is Harihar.
Yeah, just a moment. Let me just pause the video. It's a long one. All right. Yeah.
So, ma'am, I just saw this article
Mhm.
from Alt News. So they
Right.
say कि, it's a video of 2019 video from Hajj Mecca. Uh,
Brilliant.
so the caption shows कि it's a video of Hajj 2019, 140 Makkah live, 58
Correct.
deaths during Hajj Saudi Arabia,
Brilliant.
and it's not
Yes.
from Iran.
Yes.
And it's a video uploaded by a YouTuber called Ghulam Abbas.
Brilliant. Thank you so much. What's your name?
Harihar Muni.
Harihar, thank you so much. That was done so fast and so finally you got the search results and you shared it with us. Thank you so much. This is exactly what it is. It's nothing to do with pandemic. It was actually, a stampede that happened in Hajj, and it was, it is predated. It's not from the pandemic era at all. But anything else, if you look at the video, that tells you that this could not be from pandemic? Anything that you just observe and see and say, oh, this cannot be pandemic at times?
Ma'am, I think people
Ma'am,
are
I
not wearing
think,
mask also.
Great, brilliant, yes.
yeah.
And
Also,
Ma'am,
bodies are packed in PPE kits when they are
right,
taken during
right,
COVID. They were
right,
packed in PPE kits.
right,
And people
right,
also, I mean, doctors and nurses were in PPE kits while carrying
right,
them. So they were not
right,
exposed outside like
right,
this.
right. Thank you so much. And also the crowd you can see around. Dead bodies are not carried in public places like this. So thank you so much. This was a very nice team effort, I can say. Thank you very much, Harihar, and everyone who gave their input. So you guys are very much on track, and we are doing a great job here. Now, for all those who would want to know how this was done, this is what fact checkers did. They're using Yandex as a search engine via Invid. Alt News broke the viral video into individual frames. All right. Upon reverse image search, one of the frames on Yandex, we found that the video was uploaded on YouTube on August 2019. Now, the first case came in Wuhan in November 2019, whereas the video was already there on the internet since August 16, 2019, as Harihar shared his search results with us. And it's from Hajj 2019, Mecca, where 58 people died in Saudi Arabia due to stampede. All right. Um, so yeah, this has nothing to do with the pandemic like we discussed. The dead bodies are not brought out in open, as you saw. They are not wrapped in pp kits. There are people in large numbers around the dead bodies, which cannot be a normal scene during COVID. All right. Now, after InVid, we did YouTube data viewer, we did InVid. Now we have something called watch frame by frame. What we can do here is we can see videos in slow motion. Now that we can adjust the speed and decide how many frames per second you would like to watch. All right. So here we have a post on Facebook which says he is Mohammad Ilyas who murdered 8-year-old Asifa. Also, the same photo with the context saying it's from Uttar Pradesh, where college girls hit rape accused with slippers. Same photo, two different claims. What do? We're going to go to watch frame by frame that allows you to notice minute details in the video. In this case, you can see News Nation news channel has carried this saying it's from Uttar Pradesh. Here you can see their YouTube video. It says Uttar Pradesh college girls hit rape victims. Whereas the vehicle in the video says the number plate is MP. Now, if the incident has taken place in Uttar Pradesh, how come the vehicle here is MP, that is Madhya Pradesh? Which means video is from Madhya Pradesh and not from Uttar Pradesh or Jammu Kashmir, and both the claims are found to be fake. As a video is actually of an Eve teaser being slapped by girls in MP. All right, let me show you how this can be done. All right, I'm going to go to watch frame by frame. Now I'm going to paste. I hope this is the link. Here you go. This is the video. I have pasted it on watch frame by frame. I'm going to go to settings and I'm going to adjust the playback speed here. I'm going to reduce it to 0.25. Now what it's going to do is going to play the video for me in slow motion. You can see the video is in slow motion now. And watching the video in slow motion, I can observe different elements in the video, look for clues. All right, here in this case you can see the video is slow. I can see the number plate of the vehicle, or maybe look at the badges on the cops uniform to see where the cops are from, or the other banners here. You know, this is how watch frame by frame does. It reduces the speed of the video. All right, very simple. All right, let's move ahead and look at some clues, okay, to look out for when you are working on debunking a photo or a video as well. So you got to look out for signages, that is text on signposts, banners, and billboards that will help you identify location, phone numbers or businesses, that can lead you to a physical address. Number plates, like we saw in this case study. Comments, very important. We're going to understand ahead how comments are very useful in fact checking. Insignia, that is flags, logos, emblems, badges, or uniform of the cops in the video if there are there. You can look at weather condition also. For example, if an image, this can be cross verified with the weather reports. Then you got to look out for landmarks, buildings, maybe the topography. You can use geolocation, which you're going to study ahead if you observe the topography of a place. Clothing also play an important role. They can act as a cultural, religion, or geographical identifier. So these are the clues that you need to look out for. All right. And so with this, we conclude video verification. You have YouTube data viewer, you have InVid, and watch but frame by frame for video verification. And using this, you go back to the basic, that is reverse image search plus smart keywords is the most powerful verification tool. All right. Any questions, guys? Just note it down at the end of the session. I'm going to answer them if you have any. Otherwise, you guys are doing a very good work. Next, we're going to move ahead is we're going to understand some tools and strategies quickly to monitor social media and online content. Now, as of January 2021, there were 4.66 billion active internet users worldwide, which is 59.5% of the global population. All right. The internet is no longer, as you know, an urban commodity. 2 in 3 Google searches comes from outside the metros. Also, local language searches have increased by 10 times. People search in their local language. The searches come from people beyond, from places beyond the metro, that is Delhi, Bombay, Kolkata. All right. So the information overload has eroded a person's ability to distinguish truthful information from its opposite, causing misinformation and falsehood to propagate. And hence, it's very important to be vigilant about verification when it comes to news information. All right. Now, monitoring Twitter. Scholars have found that false news spreads more rapidly on social network Twitter than real news does, and that too by a substantial margin. Twitter is actually a factory churning fake news every day. You observe the trends, you observe the tweets there. You can easily decipher between the real news and the fake news. Let's understand the problem and how we can tackle this. So here are some common tactics used to spread misinformation on Twitter. What do? People create imposter accounts. People create new accounts moments after a personality has been in news. We saw that in case of Sushant Singh Rajput, or for that matter, Siddharth Shukla when he died. So many fake accounts were created in his name, or in the name of his family members or other friends of his in media. Now, people change their handle name regularly after specific news event to spread misinformation or political propaganda. People also delete past activities on the account to frequently, change their identity as well. And there can be potentially paid trolls propagating a strong agenda. You got to be vigilant. Now, here's a quick example. This fake post on Twitter that says a section of media republished a report by news agency IANS during Rajasthan political crisis, where the agency fell for an imposter Twitter account. Now, INS is big. INS is not a small news agency. They fell for an imposter Twitter account for, which says that account was of Congress leader, the rebel Congress leader, Sachin Pilot's wife, Sarah Pilot. Sarah spelled as Sara. All right. Now, the hugely viral tweet said, "Big magician started sweating when we go to Delhi." Apparently, referring the magician to Rajasthan Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot. Now, when we observe that, we understand that this was an imposter account and not Sarah Pilot's official account. The first obvious giveaway is that her name is misspelled as Sarah, Sarah, all right, whereas she calls herself as Sarah, Sara. Now, secondly, the Twitter bio of the imposter account is riddled with obviously misspellings. You can see on your screen. Look at the spelling of Kashmir, or look at the spelling of Rajasthan. It's quite a giveaway. Also, fake account is not followed by Sachin Pilot or Omar Abdullah, who is Sarah Pilot's brother, right? If you're following each other, you need to, you obviously follow your husband or your brother. So here's the first tool when it comes to social audit, that is does follow. Now, what does does follow do? It's the simplest way to find out who follows whom on Twitter rather than scrolling through the long list of followers of the person you're trying to fact check about, all right? So let me show you a quick demo of how does follow looks like. Does follow, you go to Google, you type does follow. All right, does Purnima, that is me, follow Senior Bachchan, all right, that is Amitabh Bachchan. And it says, yep, Purnima follows Amitabh Bachchan. Also, it asks you to search, does Senior Bachchan follow Purnima? It says, nope, obviously he doesn't follow me. This is how simply does follow work, all right? Moving ahead, the big problem in India is parody Twitter accounts, like the ones you can see on your screen, especially a problem when influencers or mainstream media falls for this account. And usually that happens. Let's have a look at this case study where Republic TV claims that Pakistani politician and former cricketer and now Prime Minister of Pakistan, Imran Khan, is accused of sexual exploitation. As evidence, Republic TV produced two tweets from a Twitter account called at the rate Lara Bingle, which had alleged that Imran Khan had sexually harassed her at a party. Okay, you can see the tweets from the handle at the rate Lara Bingle. As it happens, Lara Bingle is not Lara Bingle's account. It is actually at the rate Miss L. Worthington. That's her actual account. It's a verified account. Republic TV had quoted a random account impersonating Lara Bingle and had published the story. All right. Next, we have fake account impersonating Sara Ali Khan, daughter of Amrita Singh and Saif Ali Khan. It was used to spread anti-Muslim rhetoric. Even though the account was not verified, it had 5,000 followers in short span of being set up. So by now it is clear that while monitoring Twitter profiles, one needs to track and see what tweets they like, the person likes, or who they retweet very often, or you can see who they follow or who follows them. These are the basic giveaways that can tell you whether that account is an imposter or a genuine account, apart from having a verified tick. All right, so here's another tool called follower.me. It analyzes the tweet's content and tells you about the topic usage in the form of tag clouds or word cloud. So you can easily understand which words were most frequently or popularly used by that account, or when that account was set up, which time zone, which language preference he has or she has, and the hashtags that are used. Let me show you a quick demo and we can come back to this Sara Ali Khan's imposter account, all right? So we are going to go to follower.me. All right, so I'm going to look at Sachin _RT. I'm sure all of you all know Sachin _RT is Sachin's Twitter account, and we're going to analyze his Twitter account, all right? All right, so here it gives you an overview of the page. It also gives you the display picture. It'll tell you the name. It'll tell you when Sachin joined Twitter. It'll tell you the location. Also, it'll tell you the language that's not identified. It'll tell you bio. It'll tell you statistics like how many tweets, how many followers, etc., etc. And here's what we are more interested in: topics, hashtags, and mention. You can see the common language used in his Twitter profile, which is happy, congratulations, wishing birthday, team, wonderful, winning, typical words associated with a sports person. These are the common words that are used in the form of a word cloud you can see here. Also, you can see hashtags, what hashtags he uses. You can see the mentions. That is, this section shows the Sachin's with how many people he's interacted, so on and so forth. It'll also give you tweet analysis and all interesting stuff that you guys must explore later. This is how follow.me works. So how follow.me helped us in case of Sara Ali Khan. So the word cloud of this imposter account of Sara Ali Khan shows that most of the tweets were pro-right-wing, anti-Muslim, and anti-Congress, which is a clear giveaway that this cannot be Sara Ali Khan's Twitter account, more so as it is not a verified one. All right. So here are some quick tips when evaluating Twitter accounts. Ask yourself, is this account verified? Look for reverse image search. Do a reverse image search of the profile picture. See if the display name or the name in the URL corresponds to some other account. Check for how long the account has been online. Frequently, what do they tweet? Are they nonsensical tweets? Do they post themselves or mostly retweet? Check for followers or following counts. And also if there's a link for a verified official source. This is how basically it will help you monitor Twitter account, which is a factory of fake news. All right. So if you are really keen on fact checking Twitter, there's an option called Twitter Advanced Search. Is available when you are logged into twitter.com. What it does, it allows you to tailor search results to specific date ranges, people, and more, other stuff you can look up for on Twitter. This makes it easier to find specific tweets. I recommend you explore Twitter Advanced Search in your free time. All right. It also gives you an option to filter the search with time filter, the one that we saw on Google search time filter option, that's also available with Twitter as well. All right, moving on. Let's have a look at monitoring Facebook. Okay. Now here's a case study of a Facebook account called Razia Bano, who lauded an alleged rapist. Okay, so Razia Bano is apparently supporting a rapist. All right. This account was pretending to be a person following Islam and thus caused a lot of outrage. However, the university that she claims to work at as a faculty and has also studied there is not in Pakistan. On her profile, she says she studied at Our Lady of Fatima University, Lahore or Pakistan, Karachi. It's not from there. When we looked up for the name, the university is actually in Philippines, and this university does not specialize in fashion, which this person is claiming to have studied. It actually specializes in medicine. All right. So this is how you do a basic fact check about a profile. Next, what you do is run the display picture through reverse image search. And when we did for this profile, we found that the picture was taken off the internet and it has been used as profile picture across multiple sites. This picture is available as a reference on YouTube. It's available on other websites as well. So it does not belong to a particular person, or there's no claim of this person saying that this is me. It's a very generic profile picture. Now, the interesting part, look out for history of comments. Finally, going through the Facebook timeline of this person revealed that the said person had changed his or her name, and in the comment section, people are referring to this person as Sharmaji or Pavan, none of which are Muslim names. So paying attention to the details of the profile and watching for history of comments seems helpful for basic fact checking. All right. Now, when it comes to pesky pages, like so many pages day in day out, you get a request to follow this page or like this play page. The best place to know about which page is genuine or which is a clickbait or a trap. There's something called Facebook's page transparency. It helps you verify a Facebook page. What it does is Facebook page transparency provides information which can help you get started with investigating the source. It carries details like summary, page history, who manages the page, from which country, details about the ads being run by the page, if at all they are. Other pages managed by the same page also can be seen. Let me give you a quick example. All right. Here we have Emity's page. All right. As I'm going to scroll down, I'm going to look for page transparency. Here we have page transparency, and we're going to check that it is a simple, authentic Media Institute's page, and it was created on 7 January 2011. And this page does not run ads because it is not made for that purpose. So this is the basic information available on the option of page transparency on Facebook that will tell you whether a page is genuine or it just made as a clickbait, or as it is just simply a pesky page, which is there to bother people. All right, moving on. So here's a free giveaway. There are something called OSINT tools. You can go and Google them up. OSINT tools. Why OSINT tools? So Facebook's native search function is not very powerful. So if you're using Facebook as a search engine, it might not give you great results because Facebook keeps changing its algorithm. Now there are third-party tools that allow more detailed searches. So you can check out OSINT tools. We're not going to spend time doing this because I'm giving you the basic of all that will help you understand basic fact checking. All right. Next, we have something called Social Searcher. You go to Google, type in Social Searcher. Now, the tool helps to search for content on social media platforms under one umbrella. Now, this tool will helps us to search real-time trends or users across different social media platforms such as Twitter, also on Instagram, YouTube, Reddit, and so forth. The tool provides you with various customized search options as well. That means under one roof, you can find what's being talked about, trending topics, personalities across various social media platforms. Let's have a look at it. It's actually a paid service. So those interested can take the membership as well. So we're going to go to Social Searcher. All right, this is Social Searcher. Now, I want to know what's being talked about our Prime Minister, Narendra Modi. Okay, we've had enough examples of Prime Minister. We'll go for Deepika Padukone. All right. All right, so you can see what's been talked about Deepika Padukone. This is real time, okay? You can see the date, 20th October, what's been talked about on Facebook. All right. There are mostly people are talking about her on Facebook. Then we have any changes done in Wikipedia. You have Instagram, you have Twitter, Pinterest is also there, and other websites that carry information about Deepika Padukone. All right. And these are real time, like people are now talking about it. Okay. So this is how Social Searcher works. Instead of going to Instagram and checking, instead of going to Twitter, instead of going the long way, Social Searcher under one umbrella, you can see what's being talked about. I'm sure many of you all have heard about Whois. You know what is Whois? Whois is a registry. It helps in verification of websites. It keeps records of domains and the individual who registered them. This often includes contact details, includes phone numbers. Some people pay to have this information withheld as well. Let's look at a case study in which Whois helped us in fact checking. All right. Before that, I'm going to show you how Whois works. All right. So I'm going to type in what's your website's name? MET's website name? Anybody?
www.met.edu.
Okay, here it is. So who is has identified it as the registrant is Mumbai Educational Trust. It has the address. It has administrative contacts. See, you can see the contact is available of Bhavin Chandrana. All right, technical contact is also there. It gives you name of the server. It tells you when it was activated and other stuff. So this is how when you are working on a website, you think a website is fake. This is how who is lookup or who is .com will help you, and it will give you information. All right. Sometimes people pay to withhold the information, for example, the names or the phone numbers. All right. So this is how who is works. Let's look at the case study. Let's understand verification tools for website using whois. All right. So what can be manipulated when it comes to website? The images, real videos with false images or false messaging can be used. False audios also are carried by such website. There are deepfakes. Deepfakes is another threat, another level of fake news that has tried to encroach Indian Indian audience, but it could not because fact checkers just busted it, and deepfakes couldn't survive in India, but abroad it's very common. They have such websites have a lot of misinformation, disinformation. Also, they use words like mostly true, mostly false. They don't give a confirmed search results or articles that they carry. So some general steps to check the credibility of a website is check its ownership. Is there a disclosed source or credible source? Look at the content. Look at the ideology, whether it's an ideology driven. Are there authors who identify themselves? Are there bylines? For example, so and so from so and so website. Also, another giveaway is look for clickbaits. If too many advertisements are there, check for articles also that have been fact checked. All right. So as discussed earlier, whois.com is a tool that enables you to check ownership of the domain. Also, reverse search enables to search for domains with contact information. But like I said, the ownership information can be withheld. Now, here's a classic example. It's a WhatsApp forward that was received by many users in India, in and around India actually. This WhatsApp forward is of a website article that claims China sought court approval to kill over 20,000 patients who were infected by COVID-19. Now, upon inspection, we found that the website has a history of peddling misinformation. Just looking at the website, now this website that is ab-tc.com, a very odd name here, right? A good website is transparent and accountable, but just look at this website. There are many red flags. There's no disclosure of ownership. The articles on the website do not have authors and are claimed to be written by local correspondents. A search on whois shows another red flag that the website was set up only 7 months prior to the articles being published. So it's a news website that doesn't have credible history. In its about section, right, it says it carries stories around the world relevant to all Nigerian and Ghanaians, home and abroad. According to whois, the website is registered in China. Okay, one has to wonder, why would someone staying in China carry news mostly catering to another community totally? All right. Some other checks that you can conduct to verify the website critically are here. In this case, we can see content is in English and US centric, but registered in China, like we spoke about. There are several clickbaits. All right. And Google search. The website articles you can see are fact checked, by other websites. Here are some quick tips how to spot a false news website. So while analyzing the source of information shared, it is also important to be able to identify a false news website as well. So here are some tips. You got to check the address, the web address, if there's something missing in the address. Research the name of the site, whether it's been lifted from somewhere. Look for visual clues like poor logos, like you saw Times How. is TOI is TOL, or ANI, the I in the ANI is changed, something like that. Be wary of too many ads. That's also a clear giveaway that the website could be fake. You look for established news site markers like date, stamps, bylines. Cross check with how it looks actually on authentic news website. Check the about page. I've been saying since the beginning, check for about page. Maybe run the photo through Google reverse image search. Look for fact check specific claims that are there on the website. And most important, check for overly sensational or emotional headlines. Many fake websites in India have actually been banned now. They are no more in use. So this is how fact checkers in our country are doing a fantastic job. And lastly, to conclude social audit, here's a quick free giveaway. Google fact check tools. Now, what is Google fact check tools? Simply go to Google, type Google fact check tools. What it does, like Twitter advanced search, it will give you references of various articles that have been fact checked for the topic that you might put in about any politician or any celebrity. Basically, anything you would want to do in a regular search bar, you can do with the Google fact check tools, which will give you a fine search. All right. Also, never forget good old fashioned journalism, that is to verify and verify and verify. Very necessary. Or maybe work hand in hand with other people who might also be working on the same story. Usually, in this era of breaking news and exclusivity, we don't tend to share much information or even the story that we are working on. But then there have been cases like the Panama Papers. You should go and look up on Wikipedia about Panama Papers. It's an interesting, scandal that was busted by various journalists from all over the world who came together for this one purpose. There are many celebrities and politicians who were busted, in money laundering case. All right. Another last session we're going to do is, geolocation. What does geolocation mean? It means using some cool mapping tools for verification. All right. So another factor which can help you determine whether a photo or a video is genuine is finding whether the location and the time indicated is true or not. All right. Knowing how to use mapping application is crucial skill in visual verification work. Google Maps may be the king. All right, which we all have been using, but there are others that can also prove invaluable, right? So here we have China's Baidu. It does not appear to be subject to same restriction as non-Chinese equivalent. So there's Baidu from China. Then there's South Korea's neighbor. It has several interesting features that may make their way into other mapping application in near future. Then there are ways to correlate video footage or photographs with maps and street views, carefully examining the content and can reveal many clues. For example, look out for street layouts, any statues or monuments in the video, architectural details, look for license plates, something that we discussed earlier. Watch for the video thoroughly, right? Look for camera panning or tilting, look for any names that you can identify or look up on Wikipedia. Right. Now, getting street view in Google Maps is simple. Just drag and drop the small yellow pegman on the bottom right to the desired location and continue to zoom in. How many of you all know pegman on Google Maps? Have you all tried exploring Google Map? I'm sure you all use Google Maps to find how much time to reach home, how much time to reach college, kitna traffic hai, etc. But there's something called the pegman, which will give you a virtual tour of the place. What I mean by that is I'm going to show you, all right? You're going to go to Google Maps, all right? I'm going to type in MET. Okay. So what does pegman do? You just hover the pegman. Here you can see on the bottom right, is a kind fellow who will walk you through the entire place. Now, how Pegman helped cops in Kenya. There was a blast in a luxurious mall in Kenya that's called the Westgate blast. You can look up on Wikipedia for that. The cops were not very familiar with the interior of the mall. So, using Google Maps and Pegman, uh, the Pegmen walked them through a virtual tour of which shops are in and around the mall, where exactly the terrorist attack took place. So that helped the cops get familiarized with what's inside the mall and how what looks, what appears inside the mall, which shops are there. All this information was done by Mr. Pegman. We are going to ask Pegman to give us a tour of your institute, and he is not ready to go. All right, here we are. Is this your college? It is, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
ma'am.
All right. So you can look. These are basically photos that are being tagged. I'm sure we can find some other layouts as well. Okay, it has entered some shop, I'm sure, near your. I'm looking for some better. Or it refuses to go if there are not many street layouts, or, and I'm sure there are. Okay, here are some. What place is this?
That's our canteen.
All right, so someone has also tagged from within the institute as well. So this is basically how you can usually abroad the street layouts and the tagged photos are brilliant, wherein you can have a virtual tour of the entire place. In India, that's not the case. We have to depend on mainly tagged videos. But yes, it's work in progress. So you can explore Pegman in your free time. He's a very interesting fellow. All right. Next, we have, uh, like I said, geotag photos are available if there are no street views. All right. There's something called Google Earth Pro. It is available for free download and has a number of features. What it does is it will give you a topography of the place. You can see an overview of an area in finer details. All right. Google Earth gives you a chance also to time travel via this option of time travel as well. For example, if you hover over Gaza and Syria and you put in a timeline, for example, 2005 to 2017, you want to see the topography of Gaza, you can actually see the buildings convert into debris as you pass through the timeline. This is how Google Earth Pro helps you in identifying location or the past archives of the location in a backdated stage as well. Okay, Google Earth Pro is used by journalists daily to run stories related to geolocations. Then there's something called Mapillary. I don't know, Mapillary is not yet very popular here, but Mapillary is popular down south a lot. It gives you a best coverage in India. Images are posted along with path rather than only isolated shots. The cons here are it's crowdsourced, depends on public interest. No panning of images is there. Bangalore in particular is well covered. There are Mapillary enthusiasts there. Okay. Uh, Mapillary is a database, actually, it's constantly increasing. Some users capture imagery while cycling or on foot, taking them into local inaccessible places where Google camera doesn't reach. Clicking on the username shows you all the images captured by the user. All right. Now let's look at this example. If one map doesn't give you the details, you want to try another one. Now Google and Microsoft's Bing obtain their imagery from different satellites. The effect can be seen clearly. Here's a case study. In Iran, there was a protest. You have one street, two views. So now we want to know whether the claim that this building, the front side of the building or the facade of the building is available, is the same that is available on the internet, on Google Maps. We want to cross check the information. All right. The only clue here we had that this street is Nikbuk Street in Iran. All right. So what do? We go to Google Map and we type in Nikbuk Street. Now what Google Map did is disappointed us. It gave us this aerial view where we cannot identify the building. Okay, but this is what the building apparently looks like from a top view. But what Bing Map did, Bing Map view is looking at the building from the south side of the same street, providing here a clearer view of the building's facade. And so you can see it confirms that the protest is actually going on Nikbuk Street because we have cross-checked the location on using geolocation. All right. A lot of content will come with metadata specifying the location. This can be useful lead, but given that it can be faked, should not be taken as a confirmation, but it can be taken as a clue. Now, very quickly, even weather conditions can be useful indicator like we discussed earlier. So there's something called Wolfram Alpha. For example, if it says there are hailstorms happening in Mumbai, you just simply go to Wolframma and put in finer details and it will give you exact weather condition, temperature, humidity, wind speed in that particular area. So you can corroborate the search results using weather indicators as well. Similarly, shadows are also important. If shadows are visible, you can know the location. It is quite easy to find approximate time and day by noting the direction in which the sun, which the shadow falls. We've all learned this in school. So there's something called SunCalc that helps you make a more accurate estimate. Now this is very professional people's work on these two things: weather conditions if needed, or SunCalc needed. There are case studies that have been busted using even the SunCalc or weather conditions. We'll leave it for some other day. In case you are very interested in becoming a full-time fact checker, we can talk about that. All right. Now, if you all have not understood how geolocation works, apart from the basics that I told you, I'm going to share with you a case study of a news story done by BBC Africa Eye. They are fact checkers, a branch of BBC. How they did a fact check on this incident or that took place in Africa, and they won an award for that. All right. So this kind of verification is actually a tiny branch of forensic investigation techniques, what we are learning geolocation, which helps you in basic fact checking. Let's watch this award-winning video done by BBC Africa Eye, which they investigated atrocities, wherein they investigated atrocities of the Cameroon government in Africa. When the grisly video of the killing, there was a killing in the video, first emerged, where 2 women and 2 children were being executed at point blank range by men who appeared to be Cameroonian soldiers. The Cameroonian government had claimed it to be fake. Now, using mapping tools and other techniques that we just learned, let's see how BBC Africa busted the claim and exposed the culprits. All right, have a look at this video. It's a very interesting video.
This looks like the kind of dusty, anonymous track that could be anywhere in the Sahel. But the first 40 seconds of the film capture a mountain range with a distinctive profile. We spent hours trying to match this range to the topography of northern Cameroon. And then, in late July, we received a tip-off from a Cameroonian source. Have you looked at the area near Zelevet? Close to the town of Zelevet, we found a match for the ridgeline. It places the scene on a dirt road just outside a village called Krawamafa. A few hundred meters away is the border with Nigeria. The video also reveals other details that can be matched precisely to what we see on the satellite imagery. This track, these buildings, and these trees. Putting all this evidence together, we can say with certainty that the killings took place here. Less than a kilometer away in Zelevet, we found this compound and identified it as a combat outpost used by the Cameroonian military in their fight against Boko Haram. We'll come back to this base later. Exactly when the killings took place is, at first sight, harder to say, but again, the video contains clues. This building is visible on satellite imagery, but only until February 2016. The murders must have happened before that date. Satellite images also capture this structure. The walls surrounding it are present in imagery dated March 2015, but had not yet been built in November 2014, giving us an earliest possible date for the atrocity. The video also reveals this footpath, a path that only appears in the hot, dry season between January and April. There are other, less obvious clues in the video. As they lead these women away, the soldiers, like moving sundials, cast shadows on the track. A simple mathematical formula tells us the angle of the sun in comparison to the horizon. We can also see what direction the light is coming from. When we add this data to our location, we can get a precise time frame for this event. The killings happened between March 20th and April 5th, 2015. We now know where this happened, and we know when it happened. But who are the men who murdered these women and children? In July, Issa Chiroma Bakari, Cameroon's Minister of Communication, insisted that the killers are not Cameroonian soldiers and presented what he claimed was irrefutable evidence from the video itself. The weapons, he said, are not those used by the Cameroonian army in this area of operation. But our analysis shows that one of these guns is a Serbian-made Zastava M21. It's rare in sub-Saharan Africa, but it is used by some divisions of the Cameroonian military. Bakari also claimed that a close examination of the video shows the soldiers wearing colorful forest-style camouflage. In the far north, he said, Cameroonian soldiers wear pale, desert-style fatigues. A closer look at the evidence reveals this. Cameroonian soldiers, seen here in a 2015 report by Channel 4 News, filmed in Zelevet, wearing darker, forest-style fatigues, similar to those seen in the video. On Facebook, we also found these pictures of other Cameroonian soldiers wearing the same type of camouflage. The images are tagged to Zelevet. Bakari also questioned why the soldiers are not wearing the standard combat gear of troops stationed in that area: heavy helmets, bulletproof vests, and rangers' boots. The answer is that the soldiers were not out on patrol. They were just a few hundred meters away from the combat outpost we saw earlier. We know that this is a military base because we matched the features visible in satellite imagery to the details in the Channel 4 News report that was shot here in 2015. In August this year, an Amnesty International investigator spoke with residents of Zelevet who had been displaced by the fighting to a nearby town. Among them was a man who said that he saw these women and children being brought into the base by Cameroonian soldiers. A short while after they were led away, he said he heard gunfire. In August, there was a sudden change in the government's position. After weeks of denying that these killings took place in Cameroon, Bakari announced that 7 members of the Cameroonian military had been arrested and were under investigation. Our analysis has identified 3 men who actually pulled the trigger. One of them is this man, introduced at the start of the film as Chocho. We found a Facebook profile that links the nickname Chocho to a soldier called Syriac Bitiala. A Syriac Bitiala is among the detainees named by the government. The BBC has also spoken with a former Cameroonian soldier who confirmed that this is Chocho Syriac Bitiala. At the end of the film, we see him again, blindfolding the little girl he's about to kill. A few seconds later, he draws his weapon and opens fire. Our analysis identified 2 other guns that were used in the killing. One of them was in the hands of this man. We see him here blindfolding the woman with the baby, seconds before the shooting starts. Our military source identified him as Barnabas Gonoso. Although we were not able to confirm this identification, a very similar name, Barnabas Donosu, appeared 11 days later on the government's list of soldiers who are now under investigation. The third weapon used in the killing is the Zastava M21 we saw earlier. It is in the hands of a man introduced in the video as Second Class Cobra. So who is Cobra? As the women and children are killed, Cobra is the last man still firing into the bodies. One of his colleagues calls out, "Tsanga, leave it, they're dead." When he still does not stop shooting, they call out again, "That's enough, Tsanga, that's enough." The name Tsanga also appears on the list of men under investigation, suggesting that Cobra is a nickname for Lance Corporal Tsanga. Another man named among those arrested is Etienne Fabassou. He is the platoon commander who was interviewed by Channel 4 News in 2015. As far as we can tell, he does not appear in the video. We put these findings to the government of Cameroon, who responded.
7 soldiers were arrested, disarmed. They are under investigation right now. I can confirm that all the 7 of them are in prison.
The government statement on the arrests makes clear
my mobile is fully discharged. Good.
Can you hear me, guys? Are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Did you see the whole
ma'am.
video?
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
All right. So this was an award-winning video that was done by BBC Africa. You can see in this 11-minute video how finely the geolocation tools were used for verification. All right. So we're going to move towards the end and conclude this. Here are some Indian fact-checking websites. Like I said, these are non-independent, non-profit websites that monitor and correct conservative misinformation in media and also address fact checks sent by readers. Again, like I said, here are some international websites, all right, that do diligent work when it comes to fact checking. Now, what I want you guys to do is go to menti.com on your browsers, all right, and type in this code. And there'll be questions regarding the session. We'll have a beautiful word cloud in the end. I want you to talk about tools name that you remember and that you like. Your favorite session, was it social audit, geolocation, photo or video verification, any interesting case study that you like. For example, BBC Africa Eye, or you saw the Ambedkar statue, or you saw the Pakistani milk contamination, or the Modi statue. And maybe my trainer, I want to know if you all remember my name as well. So go ahead, go to menti.com and type in this code, and we are going to see the results there, right? This is the code. And this is what you guys are applying on your screen. You can see, please take a screenshot of the same, and you can have it in your book of memories. Come on, guys. I'm sure y'all are many of y'all. Please go ahead and type in. Interesting. Yep, please go ahead, participate. Go to menti.com, type in this code here you can see on your screen, 60860564. All right. You have 3 entries per participant. So go ahead, please. Let's make this word cloud more colorful. Only 6 people have participated. Where are the others? Hungry already? You're almost done.
M16, M17, please go ahead and participate. Everybody.
Thank you. Someone has got my name right. Kahoot Quiz, deny, Mexico flag, brilliant. Does follow, nice, awesome tools. Deepfakes, yes.
Everybody,
all right.
Come on, everybody. We're all very good minds. So please write.
Fake news buster, we have deepfakes. OSINT also, somebody has noted, very good. We have the quiz, Modi statue, Modi kettle statue, BBC Africa Eye. We'll give it a minute more and we'll just quickly conclude this. We're not on time. Ambedkar statue. We have Sonu Sood come in, all right. Mexico aircraft. You have Mumbai airport flooded. Video verification. We conducted video verification. We did social audit. We did who is. Google Maps, Pegman. I see MET also somewhere. All right, so this is our word cloud. You guys can keep entering. It will become wider and it will become more colorful. Gauri, please take a screenshot, and all the screenshot, please send it to me later. We'll just quickly move ahead. Right. We are here for questions now. Any questions, guys? Now will be the time.
Then we'll go ahead and fill in the participants' feedback form, which I want you to do before you guys leave because it's very important in the back end. I'm sure you guys would love for your name to be there in the list of verification ninjas at Google. Any questions, guys?
Ma'am, I had one question.
Yes, your name, please.
Gauri.
Yes, Gauri.
So my mother is actually a banker, and she's more concerned about like online payment thingies.
Right.
And is there any way to see or check whether a website is we have seen whether a website is legit or not, what are
Right.
the tools for it, but
Right.
is there any specific tool that is meant for payment gateway websites only, or is there a way to check like is it legit, or there are these
So-
frauds that are
Right. So I understand there is no specific tool to verify payment gateways, but I'm sure all payment gateways have their websites. All right. So you go back to the basics, go to the website, study the website, and that will give you leads whether the payment gateway is authentic or not. Right. So it's that simple. I hope that answers your question.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Anybody else? I know I was good, but I'm sure I was not that good. So please ask some questions.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
we are here.
Yeah.
So I was just thinking of how sometimes certain like celebrities, like their agencies, they deliberately do like fake propaganda for another competitor of theirs. So
Right.
like how does one go about in this situation? I mean the fake news is deliberately created, right? And
Right.
they
Right.
want it to stay.
So basically, that will come to you in the form of news articles on your social media platform. If you're following them on their Twitter, all you got to do is copy paste the content on Google and hit a search, and you'll get relevant articles. If the news is fake, you'll have it might be fact checked by some of the other fact checker, or it'll lead you to the credible sources. For example, if they plot a story, say against any upcoming movie is there, so for example of Tiger Shroff, and they float a random story that he was injured, just to gather attention that he was seriously injured and he's right now resting. You simply go to his social media handle and see whether how he is doing. I'm sure he will talk about his injury. If he doesn't talk about the injury, that means this article is fake. So you just have to use observational skills and these basic tools, and you cross check on different platforms. Right? Thank you, Ria. Thank you, Ria. I now pronounce you all as verification ninjas of Google. Thank you very much for your time. You guys can clap for yourself. And welcome to the Brigade of Fact Checking. Please try and keep this in practice. Do fact checking whenever possible, and please take these basic tools beyond your institute. Take it to your community, take it to your friends and family members who are very new on WhatsApp and Facebook, who are so eager to forward and share everything. Please share with them. All right. Thank you very much for your time, and I hope you guys make the best of this training session. Thank you so much, and thank you, Aditi, for yet another chance to be with MET folks. You guys are brilliant. My regards to Mangesh sir also. So thank you very much.
On behalf of MET Institute of Mass Media students, I would like to thank you for this wonderful, insightful session. And I'm sure each one of us learned a great deal about misinformation and how to identify it, how to verify it with the tools that you spoke about. And we hope to see you soon again, ma'am.
Definitely.
It was a very lovely session. And thank you.
I would have loved to be there in person, but hopefully next time.